Hello there and welcome to the Mayor's Magazine. I'm Mick Cornett, the Mayor of Oklahoma City, and this is our show for May 2013. Glad you're with us. Well, it's spring, and that means it's time to start preparing for the Charlie Christian Jazz Festival, and Anita Arnold is back on the Mayor's Magazine for, I would expect, the 10th or 15th straight year. Great to have you back.
Yes, thank you so much. The 28th year for the festival.
Yeah,
and
I bet you've been on the Mayor's Magazine about every year since then, haven't you?
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Well, you got a great lineup this year. Where do you want to start, and what do people need to know about this year's event coming up on June 7th and 8th?
Well, I'd like to start with June 4th because we're going to go June 4th through the 8th. However, the 4th is a very special day. It's going to be at the Oklahoma History Center. We're going to have a special presentation at 7 o'clock that evening, free to the public. It's going to be called Ralph Ellison Understood Through Charlie Christian. And that should be of interest to everybody because those are both great Oklahomans.
Well, will someone be giving a lecture, or how will that work?
We will have narrative and music. So it will be in a story form, but with the music intermixed in the presentation.
Wow.
It'll be very exciting, and it is free to the public. Then we'll roll on out through the week, and we'll get to the weekend, the 7th and 8th. At the Bricktown Ballpark. The Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark is where we will be, which is the original site of the first Douglas High School, which is where I graduated from. Also, Charlie Christian and Ralph Ellison went to Douglas High School too. So it's going to be historic in every way. And we've got great headliners. On Friday night, we have Najee. But we'll open up with Joe McBride, as a matter of fact. He hasn't been here in a while. And then we'll roll on through. We have 3 bands on Friday evening. We have 5 bands on Saturday. And Grady Nichols will open up. We've got an all-funk radio show from Dallas, Texas. And we will end with Kirk Whalum on Saturday night. So it's a great, great lineup, and it's going to be a great week, and we hope everybody comes out because we're launching this year leading up to Charlie Christian's centennial anniversary, which is in 2016. So we want to make it really good so that by 2016, on the 100th anniversary, we'll just have the whole city lit up.
And I think people are always excited about this event because it's not just a regional event. It's not just a statewide event. I mean, this really is an international attraction because Charlie Christian is so famous internationally.
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, you know, if one would just go on the internet, you can see that Charlie Christian is all over the internet in every major country in the world, in many, many languages, including Russian, including Chinese. He is very well respected in the music field forever throughout the United States. And when I say forever, his contribution to the electric guitar is what makes him a lasting figure, and why so many people like George Benson, Carlos Santana, B.B. King, and so many others say that if it wasn't for Charlie Christian, they just really couldn't be. So, you know, we should be very, very proud of Charlie Christian. And if people are interested in more information, they can call us at 405-524-3800, and Ticketmaster will be selling the tickets, you know, the major ticket seller at the Bricktown Ballpark. But of course they can get some from us, and they can call us to get community outlet information on the tickets as well.
Are kids encouraged to come?
Yes, children are encouraged to come. We will have a lot of other activities. We will have Abracadoodle, which is a new franchise in town, and they will be doing arts integration with children using visual arts, and that will occupy the children a lot. We'll have other non-food type vendors there, and of course the ballpark is going to provide food and beverages for everybody. So yes, all of our events for the most part are family friendly.
All right, so June 4th at the History Center.
Yes.
And then the 7th and 8th at the ballpark.
That is correct.
All right, Anita Arnold, the chair of the Charlie Christian Jazz
Executive
Festival.
Director.
The Executive Director of the Charlie Christian Jazz Festival. Thanks for always, and thanks for putting on this event and helping people learn more about the great music culture that we have in Oklahoma City, and drawing attention to Charlie Christian, who's truly a legend in the world of music. Charlie Christian Jazz Festival, June 7th and 8th at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, and as she mentioned, there's an event at the Oklahoma History Center on June 4th that'll allow everyone to learn more about Charlie Christian and his ties with Ralph Ellison. We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine right after this.
Could you stand a little fun in your life? Then look no further. The Oklahoma River Cruises tour the beautiful Oklahoma River. You can enjoy a fun-filled, family-friendly, climate-controlled adventure you won't forget, offering public cruises, exciting theme cruises, and private cruises tailored to your needs. Book your fun-filled cruise today. Log on to okrivercruises.com. Oklahoma River Cruises. Get on board.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. Jeannie Smith is the River Transit Manager for the public transportation and parking part of Oklahoma City's obligations. Welcome to the Mayor's Magazine.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It is that time of year when people get visitors from all over the country, maybe family and friends come to see them, and people want to show off this wonderful city that they've created over the last few years. And one of the things they may not have done is taken the Devon River Cruiser. So kind of give people a capsulized version of what's available.
Well, basically we have three levels of service. We have the public ferry service, which goes from Southwest 15th to Meridian by the hotels by the airport. It also stops at Exchange Landing near Stockyard City and the Farmers Market. And then finally it stops at the Boathouse District at Regatta Park. And then very soon we will be connecting with water taxi so that you can, if you're staying at a hotel in Meridian, you can go all the way into downtown Oklahoma City, basically Bricktown.
Yeah, the idea is to connect with a walkway Bricktown and the River District, because right now it's kind of difficult to navigate. You're there on foot. You could bike there, but even that's a little tricky because that Byers overpass is so steep. But this is something that's been long overdue and we've been working on. But if people have ever walked the canal in Bricktown down to the end where the boats turn around down by the land run sculptures, there's going to be a connection that leads you directly into the Boathouse District, and that'll be opening this summer.
It will. It'll be probably end of June, first part of July, and you'll be able to just jump right onto a river cruiser, and we'll take you on what we call the hop right to the Boathouse District, or we can take you all the way to near Stockyard City or all the way out to Meridian. You know, our river is dammed. So we have to go through 2 locks to get you all the way to Meridian. The difference in elevation between Meridian and Lincoln is actually 18 feet. So you have to go through these 2 locks that raise or lower the boat 9 feet to get you in the next river basin and then on up the river. And that's what really attracts people. 2 of the other services we have are our charter service, of course, for private parties. And then we have specialty cruises where we do sunset cruises with you know, cocktails and hors d'oeuvres and that sort of thing, and music. And we have different themes like luau and western waters and various themes as we come up with them. We do a Mother's Day cruise. We do just all sorts of opportunities for people to come out and enjoy the river. The river is pretty. And what we have noticed is even if it's a private charter, everybody wants to go through the lock. And we have school groups that come out and teach children about how locks operate. It's kind of like the Panama Canal, only instead of taking an hour, it takes about 10 minutes.
Well, what's the best way to reserve just a trip? Should you go on the internet and reserve your spot, or can you just show up at 15th and South Meridian and find your way there? You
can just show up at a landing. We sell tickets on board. Or if you have a fairly large group, you'll want to make reservations online to make sure there's space available.
And how often a day do these trips take place?
They start at about 11:30 in the morning from Exchange, and on weekdays they end at about 5 o'clock in the evening, but on the weekends we run till about 9 o'clock at night.
Are they hourly or?
They're about every 40-45 minutes.
Okay. And are the hoteliers in that I-40 Meridian corridor, are they advertising this? Is this one of the amenities of staying in that location?
It is. They do. They have signs on their patios directing people down to the boats. They help promote some of our service. We've told them, you know, if you want to get together a group, we'll be happy to throw together a party for your patrons on there. It's difficult sometimes. Hoteliers have a large turnover with their desk staff, but we do have, they can book online. At one time we had little cards, and when you got your hotel key, you also got $1 off on a river cruise. So we do a lot to promote down at Meridian. Now we don't start running to Meridian until the first part of May, but that's when we really start picking up some of the travelers that come into town. And we don't get people just from all over the country, we get people from all over the world. We have a guest book on board that we have people sign, and it's just amazing the number of people we get from all over the world that come and ride.
I bet people are excited to come to Oklahoma City, and they're coming in ever greater numbers.
And there's no better view of the city than from the river.
Well said. Jeannie Smith is the River Transit Manager, and as she said, there's no better view of Oklahoma City, especially downtown, than from the river where the city was first founded so many years ago. Big event. It's a big summer. Get on the internet if you need more information, or just show up at Southwest 15th and Meridian. Kind of move over there by those hotels on the east side of the river, or east side of Meridian. And if you've not done it yet, it's a striking view. It's a wonderfully executed trip, and there's some education involved as you go through the locks and see the engineering that has helped make this river a wonderful venue for us. We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine right after this.
In Oklahoma, the sights and sounds of severe weather are all too familiar. Do you know what to do when you hear an outdoor warning siren?
I'm Frank Barnes, Oklahoma City Emergency Manager. In Oklahoma City, the sirens sound to warn you that weather conditions may produce a tornado.
That's your signal to take shelter and seek information about where severe weather could strike.
And remember, an all-clear signal does not sound. Always monitor the weather conditions until the threat has passed.
Sherry Andrusiak is the Director of Public Relations at the Boathouse District, and she joins us on the Mayor's Magazine. Welcome, Sherry.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Now, we have something new at the Boathouse District this year. Typically, people go out there and they see the water events, but it's starting to become a full-blown recreational venue with the addition of the ropes course and the adventure. What are you calling it? The ropes course and the zip lines, I guess it is.
Yes, we've got the Sandridge Sky Trail, which is our 80-foot tall adventure course. It's the tallest adventure course in the world. It features 6 levels of challenges.
Now, I don't know if I know what an adventure course is. What would I do if I got on an adventure course?
Well, if you got on the Sandridge Sky Trail, you get the option of choosing which level you'd like to try first. So there's a staircase that runs up the side. You can figure out if you want to start on the first level and just kind of get your bearings while you go through the elements, and they include everything from rope elements that you walk across and hold on to swinging bridge ladder type apparatuses, and it's really a lot of fun to challenge yourself at different heights and put your trust in the super safe harness system that you're attached to. But what's great is when you do get up there is the view of downtown Oklahoma City and of the river, and it's a great place to take a look at the events going on the water and all the activity with the racing that we have coming up in May, and it's a great venue for the whole family.
So you're wearing a harness to increase safety,
That's
but
right.
basically, if it weren't for the harness, you'd be doing death-defying acts on the high rise, right? You'd be attempting things that you wouldn't normally safely be able to do.
Well, and that's right. I mean, the great thing about the Sky Trail is it's got this really secure harness, and while it's sort of an open structure, it gives you the thrill of those death-defying feats. But you know you're completely secure in the harness, and you can sort of take your weight off of your legs and kind of feel the harness catch you, and know that as soon as you figure out how to traverse across the different elements on the Sky Trail, it's really just a piece of cake, and it's all about you it's a real journey of self-discovery. A lot of the adventure stuff that you do is like that.
That's well put. Journey of self-discovery. In other words, find out when you get scared.
That's right. That's right. Well, it really parallels a lot of the activities that we offer at the Boathouse District, because whether you're rowing or getting into kayaking or on the Sky Trail, you're really learning more about yourself and what you are capable of, and that's so empowering to go through that.
And what I like about it is for kids who are trying to develop confidence. It's a wonderful tool for them. You know, I mean, you can tell a kid how great they are and how smart they are and all those things, but if they actually experience it and start to believe it themselves and through actions, it can do wonders for their confidence and their motivation.
Well, and it's a lot of emphasis is placed on team sports in schools, and when you come out and do these types of activities, whether it's the Sky Trail or whether it's kayaking or rowing, there's a lot of self-growth that comes from the individual aspect of what you can do. And so where somebody, whether you're young or old, may have thought, I've never been athletic, I'm not really an athlete, you can go out and have these experiences in the Boathouse district that help you realize just, how much of that you really do have inside of you.
Mm-hmm. Now, we haven't talked about the zip line, which is a similar experience, but
Yes.
a little bit different as well.
That's right. Right now we've got 2 zip lines up, and we've got another one coming this summer. The big one this summer will be the one that goes across the river and back. But right now you can come and get a taste of it with the Air Express zip line is what we're calling it. It's about a 200-foot ride, and you climb up about 30 feet in the air to get on it. And it's great because there's 2 lines that go tandem, so you can go up with your spouse, with your child, with your other significant other, and just have a great time.
So you're actually riding in a couplet?
No, there's just 2 lines that just go side by
I
side.
see.
Yeah. So it's great. Parents will go up with their kids, and it's really children just love that. They love the thrill of it, and being able to go side by side with mom or dad, it gives them a little more confidence for that first trip, and then after that they they don't need that safety net.
How fast do you go on a zip line?
Well, it sort of depends on the length and the distance. It will certainly feel like you're flying pretty fast, but you're just kind of going at a good enough pace to be a thrilling ride, but not anything that would be too frightening.
And basically, it's gravity that's propelling you.
Exactly. And it's the landing is nice and safe, and you get a little swinging action, so it's really fun. The kids love it, and the big kids love it too.
Okay, so people are watching at home, and what age groups would be appropriate for this?
Well, we've had kids as young as 4 years old go on the zip line. With all of our adventure elements, you can be, starting at age 3, you can get into the youth zone and take part in some of those activities. And ages, 3 is where it starts. And if you're 48 inches tall, we can get you on the Sky Trail, and you can get up there and see the city from a different vantage point.
What's the cost to this day-long adventure?
For a full day pass, it's $35 for adults or $20 for youth. And if you just want to do an hour experience on any of the adventure elements that we offer, it's $15 for adults or $10 for youth.
Sounds like fun.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah, grandparents can bring their grandkids.
That's right. That's right.
And this summer, well, the big adventure, the zip line, all the way across the river.
All the way across the river, 700 feet there and back.
Well, I want to do that. I don't want to be the first one to go across. I'll let somebody test the equipment first.
We'll make sure it's safe, and we'll get you out there.
All right. I appreciate it. Sherry Andrusiak is the Public Relations Director at the Boathouse District. An ever-growing amount of opportunity to get out and enjoy some kind of thrill-seeking rides and opportunities at the Boathouse District. And if you have family from friends from out of town this year and they've not done this before, you're really going to impress them when you take them down to the Boathouse District and show what your tax dollars and what the private sector's philanthropy has built over the last few years. It's really special. The Mayor's Magazine continues after this.
Did you know 1/3 of an average landfill is made up of packaging material? Why be part of the problem? Recycling is as easy as rinsing and throwing. No need to sort. Set out the little blue bin on your regular trash day. Now it even pays to recycle. Each week, one lucky Oklahoma City resident will win $100 just for setting out their little blue bin full of the proper recyclable materials. Be part of the solution. Start recycling today.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. In this segment, I want to introduce T.O. Bowman. He's here to talk about the Home Energy Fair at the Myriad Gardens and a lot of other things. Welcome to the Mayor's Magazine, T.O.
Thanks for having me.
This is your first appearance on the Mayor's
This
Magazine?
This is my debut.
Okay, well, it gets no better than this. Tell us about the Home Energy Fair, which is kind of depending on when in May you're watching this show, but it's to take place May 11th.
Yes, on Saturday, May 11th from 9 to 2, 9 in the morning to 2 p.m. There at the Myriad Gardens restaurant space. We'll be hosting a group of experts and contractors and industry experts to meet with residents and discuss how they can reduce their electricity and natural gas and water consumption of their homes.
Well, what will attendees do when they get there?
When they get there, they'll be able to identify some of their heaviest energy users of their homes and where their home might be losing energy, conditioned air that they've already paid for, as well as they'll take a look at how to reduce their comprehensive whole structure energy use. And additionally, there'll be representatives on site from OSU Extension to talk about smart irrigation and with the hot Oklahoma summers coming up, how to apply water adequately without going overboard. And then we'll also have representatives from utilities and other organizations to talk about incentives and things like that.
Do you need to register before you get there?
You don't need to register, and the event will be free and open to the public.
Okay. other things going on in the Myriad Gardens?
There's quite a bit going on in the Myriad Gardens, and it was a good weekend to pick an event. It's going to be a busy downtown and bustling activity. There's the Oklahoma Gardening Festival, and their annual plant sale will be going on the same day. That'll be a lot of that activity will take place near the pavilion and west of the Crystal Bridge. East of the Crystal Bridge, we'll have more energy conversations, and so we do want to encourage everyone to come out and stay all day. We did hear a rumor also that there will be some food trucks present, so if you're making lunch plans, you may just want to stick around.
All right. And talk a little bit about our bike share program. We call it Spokies, but in general, you can come down and for a very minimal fee, you can borrow a bike, and as long as you return it to one of those other bike stations, you can ride all around downtown.
That's right. We have 7 stations active right now that are permanent, affixed to the sidewalk. In Auto Alley, Bricktown, Deep Deuce, Midtown, the Oklahoma City National Memorial, and then there by the Cox Convention Center in Myriad Gardens is also a station. Additionally, we've already set out a station for the Arts Festival, which participants were able to use to park further away and maybe visit some of these other areas while they're stopped and not have to move their car so many times.
And the price is minimal for a 2-hour reservation.
That's right. You can actually check out any level of membership pass, which would be a day pass, a month pass, or an annual pass for $5, $20, or $75 respectively. And beyond that, you get unlimited 30-minute rides for free, and then any rides after 30 minutes, or if you have a bike checked out for longer than 30 minutes, then it'll be an additional $2 for every 30 minutes. So relatively cheap way to get around.
Okay, so if people live in the suburbs and want to come down and just enjoy downtown on a Saturday or a Sunday, they can just drive in and park where they might always, but then get on a bike and move around the city for what I think is a very nominal fee, and it just gives you a different experience. I mean, you know, walking's fun, but sometimes there are additional places you want to go, and a bike might make it more easier to get there.
That's correct, and you know, with the street improvements that came with Project 180, it makes it for a nice, pleasant ride throughout downtown, and you might get to see parts of the city that you may have never seen before.
Yeah, and in general, where are these Spokies locations? I don't want to make you think you had to memorize them. This was a test.
Okay.
In general, you can probably name some of the locations.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely. They're at near the Native Roots Market in Deep Deuce area is where one is on 2nd and Walnut, and then on Mickey Mantle and Reno Avenue, just on the southwest corner of the Bricktown Ballpark. There's also one just next to the Midtown Plaza at 10th and Classen Drive, just where Walker meets the roundabout. And there's also one on the corner of Northwest 4th Street and Hudson, where the Oklahoma City National Memorial is located.
All right. T.O. Bowman, thank you very much for on the Mayor's Magazine. It's a thrill to have you on and talk about all the sustainable measures that we're taking in Oklahoma City and the exciting things taken on at the Myriad Botanical Gardens.
All right, thanks.
All right. We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine when we get back.
Doesn't that feel good? We'll keep those little buggies off you.
Buying pesticides each year can add up. Bet you have leftovers.
But I never know when I might need them.
So many, something's gotta go. I know it's tough.
But...
It's just not safe to store so many chemicals. Just take them to Oklahoma City's Household Hazardous Waste Collection Facility. They'll take care of everything. Hey, is that another bottle? Get more info at okc.gov.
Bob Jamison is the co-director of the City County Board of Health. Welcome to the Mayor's Magazine.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And out on Northeast 63rd Street, there's a very exciting development taking place. Tell people what they're going to expect to see here when this opens up.
Well, we're just opened the Northeast Regional Health and Wellness Center. It's on a 54-acre development just north of Remington Park, Northeast 63rd, and between Bryant and Martin Luther King. And it's been kind of a rural, undeveloped area in a sense, a very beautiful area, but our primary purpose in locating our newest facility out there is that the northeast quadrant where this facility will be located has typically had some of the worst health outcomes for our area for quite some time. The 73111 zip code, for example, has some of the worst health outcomes for heart attacks and strokes in the metropolitan area. And we see this campus, this health and wellness campus, as an opportunity to locate our first regional health services site in a long-term strategic plan to locate in all 4 quadrants. Our services have primarily in the past been concentrated in the downtown area, and we'd like to bring some of those services out to where the people live.
What sort of services are available at this campus?
Well, we will have one of the primary design features is the Emergency Operations Center, which will afford us a state-of-the-art facility for mass prophylaxis, disease outbreaks, that type of thing. It's an ideal location for access. But we also have a 1 mile walking, jogging trail that will be ADA compliant in some segments, Ironman in the other segments. We'll have a demonstration kitchen. We'll have a 400 seat auditorium that we can hold health promotion type health education classes. Our administrative services will be there. We'll have in conjunction with our primary care partner, OU Physicians, we will have a primary care clinic. So, you know, public health's about health education and prevention. And as you well know, being on our Wellness Now initiative as a co-chair with Commissioner Ray Vaughn, that, you know, prevention is the most cost-effective way to deal with health care. And but we also have to deal with the treatment side. So the primary care clinic we will offer the health promotion, health education components. Some of our partners will be offering the treatment, also mental health services with North Care. So some of our partners that are coming into this campus in the future will help develop kind of a integrated care model for health. And as you're well aware, Oklahoma typically comes out pretty much at the bottom of the list for health outcomes. So I think your efforts with the city's going on a diet and helping us by co-chairing this initiative is really going to make a difference. And I mean, what we've been doing for the last 20 years hasn't worked very well. So we're taking some new initiatives and seeing if we can't make a difference in health outcomes.
Are we inviting the public to come by and take a look at these facilities?
Absolutely.
So it's on Northeast 63rd Street between Bryant and MLK.
Right.
And as you said, just north of Remington Park if you need a reference for it.
Yes.
And I didn't know about the 1 mile long walking trail, and so I think I'll come out and I love to walk anyway. I'd love to come out and see the campus
open to the public,
and take a walk. So I will come on out. Bob Jameson, thank you very much for coming on, and thanks what you and your staff are doing.
Thank you for inviting us.
You bet.
All right.
Reinterpreting health in Oklahoma County and the state of Oklahoma. Our Oklahoma City County Board of Health doing a tremendous job and gaining some national attention in the process. That's going to do it for this edition of the Mayor's Magazine. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next month with a show for June 2013. I'll see you then.
Let's buy this TV online.
Do we need a 72-inch screen?
Yeah. You better keep the receipt so that you can pay the use tax, you know?
You say something?
No.
Honey, do we have to pay taxes on it?
Yes, you will owe a use tax on that TV you're buying online. But don't take it from me. I'm just the elephant in the room.
The law requires you pay a use tax on certain out-of-state or online purchases for use in Oklahoma. Visit tax.ok.gov for more information.
Peanuts.